Hello, my name is Matt Price. I've been at C3 for about 4 years now. I moved to Denton in 2010. I started attending the Village Church when I first moved here with some friends. And then I met my now wife, Casey, at the BSM there. After a little while, we started searching for a new church together. We went to C3 for the first time, and after that, I don't know, there's something about it. We just didn't want to go look anywhere else after that. And kind of the same thing with parish too. I remember the first time I went to a parish group, we didn't want to leave. And so after that, though, that's kind of where spiritually I just kind of was at a baseline for a long time. I would just kind of sit back and sit at the back and hope, at the time a parish leader was Dustin Aguilar, and at the time I'd be like, I just really hope he doesn't call on me or ask me any questions, or especially praying. I really didn't want to pray in front of anybody. I was totally embarrassed. I felt dumb. I felt like I didn't know hardly anything, and I sure some people like they're, especially Dustin, like when he's praying, that guy's just getting after it. And I was like, man, I can't follow up that. And I've been in a fight club. I remember that. I was like, it's just kind of a thing. And I remember going to a few other classes, and I'd just get in there and kind of either fall asleep or just kind of check out of it. And for probably 2.5, 3 years, that's kind of how it went. But after getting engaged to Casey, we were just going to start the marriage class by Paul David Tripp. And this sounds really like a cheesy Christian thing to say, but I was really trying to go into it with an intentional heart. And that's probably the first time in a long time I looked at anything intentionally in church and stuff. And just what kind of came out of that was more than I ever expected. I remember mostly Paul talking about the relationship between Jesus and the church, and how that looks in your marriage. And that kind of shook my world and kind of revealed a lot of my kingdom and stuff going on there. And from there, we went to marriage counseling with Clint and Tammy Good. I remember just the same thing. We were in Ephesians chapter 5, and I just remember a lot of relationship between Jesus and the church, and all the things that Clint and Tammy were telling us. And it just, I don't know, God was just really, he kind of had a hold of me. And after our marriage and stuff, after the wedding, still kind of on like a high of Jesus, I guess. I remember feeling closer than I'd ever been with God at that time. And at the time I was also in an LTG with Jason Cobb, and again, there's something kind of I went into with intentional heart, and just the work that God was doing. All these times these things, like we're able to bounce the same feelings off each other, and then look at that through the scripture and through prayer, and just God's timing is so just incredible in these things. It's just a major difference, because now I'm a parish leader, and even just a year ago, that's something I never would have even thought about doing. I still have to pray about it every week to fight, my internal sin that's telling me I don't want to do it. But if you're thinking that these classes or the LTG is just another thing, like if you just look at it, and you really pray to God that He takes hold of you in this time, it'll change your world. Because like I said, it's just a year ago, and I never would have, if could have asked me, I would have said no right away. I probably would have said I don't know, and then said no.